me out, Rios.
You gon' give me my respect. Ain't got a rollie, but I'ma collect. I ain't seen you come correct. Said that you made it, but I ain't impressed. Lately I've been on my best. Ain't got a rollie, but I am so blessed. I've been trying to come correct, but I won't let you flex on me. Sleeping on me, rest in peace. Call the shots, no referee. I ain't talking about Hennessy. Do this till I die. I want fans from overseas. Gotta grind and get no sleep. Cross out all my enemies.
I ain't taking disrespect, want my name on a check. Get my name out your mouth. They count us out like they forgot how to count. They count us out like they forgot the amount of potential I got in my mental is 0 degrees. You don't know what we've been through earning checks.
I'm Amontá Jones.
I'm Peyton Watts.
I'm Yuhng Haze.
Kenny Golden Jr.
Zlewwww. Alright y'all, well welcome to another episode of the Siren Hip-Hop Podcast. I'm here with 0 degrees. We're here to celebrate a little bit for their most recent their tape called 0 degrees, self-titled tape. So if you guys could just tell me a little bit about the tape. Tell me about the conception and kind of how you guys started out.
Alright. Wait, who's talking?
You good?
Like we started the conception, like Amontá pulled us all together.
Amontá pulled us all together.
Yeah. So ASU, you know, it's a great place. Yeah, Amontá State University. First semester, there was I was making music, and I was looking for like peers who also made music, just around ASU and Taylor Place. And I knew Kenny. I met Kenny first, and we like connected. Yeah. We just knew we made music. Nothing really went after that. Then I kind of met Zach and Jonathan, and then they showed me some of their music. Nothing really came of that. And then Peyton was always hitting me up. He was like, "Yo, let's make a song." Like he was freestyling stuff. I saw him freestyle.
Oh, you saw me freestyle? I murdered him in a rap battle.
Video art didn't happen. And so we just. One time I was like, dang, let's really like combine, like take all of our, I guess, fan bases and see if we can like bring it together and make something big. So I was like, yo, you still want to make songs to Peyton? And then he's like, yeah, sure, I'm down. And then I'm like, hey, I told Jonathan and Zach, I'm like, you need to meet Kenny. So Kenny came down and was like, yo, what's up? And then they all met. And then eventually we all just like, all right, let's start making music. Let's put ASU on the map.
Yeah, we hooked up with one of our producers, Joseph Rios.
Shout
out Rios. Yeah. He's not here right. He's in Cali right now, but no. So we hooked up with him. He was like, he was 6'4", right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was a couple floors up from them, a couple floors down from him. The same floor as Kenny.
Yeah.
And so we just he started making beats and stuff. And we go in his room and start cooking stuff up. That's sort of how like everything came together. I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. So from the time that you guys all met each other to the album, what was the timeline?
Damn. Okay. That was a long.
It was like 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. When we decided to make the project, that was a long process because we decided to like make a beat every day.
Okay.
3 beats a day.
Yeah.
3 beats
a day for 3 songs.
Yeah. So we went. We made 40 beats.
Yeah.
Made 40 beats total, and then we had a day where we narrowed it down to
13.
We cut it in half.
Yeah, we cut it in half to 20.
And then
we were planning on making 20 songs and then cutting it to 13 and taking the best of the 20.
Yeah.
To make like a full-length album. But like over time it was like, dang, that's a little ambitious.
Yeah.
So we kind of cut it down. Like over the summer we wrote a lot because the time that we formed 0 degrees and it started like coming together, it was around finals time.
Okay.
So
obviously a stressful time.
Yeah, it was difficult because we didn't know where we were going with it. Like we got an idea of like what we wanted to do towards the end of the year. So it's like.
And then with everybody being out of state, basically, so many people out of state.
Okay.
During the summer, it was hard to really collab in that sense.
Yeah.
And so were you sending things via email? Were you still working while you guys were out of state, or how did that work out?
Yeah, no, I mean, we were still working. We all, like, I felt like over the summer and stuff, we all sort of branched out and started doing more of our own thing.
Okay.
Rather than working with 0 degrees. We also sort of stayed on top of stuff. Amontá was getting on me and Kenny's ass because we were the only 2 out of state.
Right.
And so it was hard for us to keep on track with everything else. But, I mean, for the most part, I feel like we just sort of had to sit down and really just...
Yeah, as soon as we got all that together, it was like right back. We didn't skip a beat.
Yeah, you just got right back to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think like
towards the end of the semester, the spring semester, we were really focused on getting as much done as we could because we knew they were going back home. So we're like, we probably won't be as consistent since they're leaving.
Right.
So we're just trying to, knock stuff out as fast as we could and as efficiently as we could, even though we were stressed, but we did the best we could.
Right.
And so, how did you guys find, or what was the best way that you guys found to manage the balance between school and then also making music?
I'll be honest, I didn't find a balance. Honestly, I went straight into music.
Okay.
It's a passion, and like I found myself like just in Rio's room, just making beats. I'm like, dang, like should I do my homework or actually go? I'm like, dang, I gotta go. Like I feel like when you feel it in your soul, you just go. Like you just go with it.
Yeah, honestly, like I know we were making life decisions last semester.
Yeah.
I know I did. I mean, like I remember times when Amontá would hit us up in the group chat on Snapchat, he'd be like, "We cooking today?" It'd be like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
like we were just in the studio or in his room like at 2:30. Yeah.
Right.
So it was
4 hours later.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we cooking today. I'm like, bro, why are you awake?
We were on a grind. We were on a grind.
Yeah, we're hustling 3 weeks a day.
We really did. Like
Yeah.
we were really grinding.
Yeah.
With the joy, like people don't understand the joy it brings us. So like when you're that happy and really in your zone, and it's like therapy to us because we're stressed out with like taking 18 credits, a semester, and then we just like we want to forget about school,
You get together, you get some good music.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good outlet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Writing is probably the most fun thing.
Yeah.
Together, because we could just be so outlandish.
Yeah.
There's some crazy
We
stuff.
got some. Hit him with the stiff.
Actually, shout out to you guys for picking up the album. Yeah, I should have kept it, but it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, you got to tell the story behind that.
All right,
Yeah.
I want an explanation on why I was there to begin with.
So on the 8th track of the album, it's called Run It Back.
Right.
During my verse, I think it was towards like the end, I couldn't really figure out how to finish the verse, so I just kind of came up with like something catchy. And so towards like the last bar, it was hit him with the stiff. The reason that came to my head is because I used to play football in high school.
Okay.
So I was looking at my mind.
Stiff ball.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's a stiff ball, exactly. But these masterminds, they were like, bro, that shit's trash. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna change it because I don't want to be out.
Well, he changed it behind like that. We didn't even.
No, because he was, what he was saying too, we were in the studio and he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna change it. And I was sitting there, I was like, I mean, it's kind of a pop culture reference.
He was actually backing me up, like he was like, nah, bro.
So me and the engineer were trying to figure out like what was leading up to, how it made sense, like. And the line
In the
before it is, I need all of y'all.
And in the context of where I was coming from, is that like, there's this girl, and like there's this guy coming after her, and I was like, I need all of you, so okay, bro, you was this stiff.
Right.
It's like,
if you go or couldn't, so that's not so scrappy.
I'm just gonna be done with it.
Yeah.
that's cool.
I was really thinking about how would I perform that line.
Okay.
Really, because if I don't feel comfortable delivering that on stage, I was like, yeah, I'm not
I'm gonna just keep it out.
Yeah, I'm just change it.
Yeah, and I'm curious about your guys' writing process because when I'm listening to the project, the first half sounds like this big party, all that. The ASU ass shaking anthems, I already know what you guys are going to do. Exactly. But the second half of the project, we're getting a little more deep into things. We're getting more melodic with the songs, more emotive with the messages.
Shout out Love Lost, dude. That's a great song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out Ghost B.
Yeah,
Shout out Ghost B.
For real.
Let's be where you at.
And shout out Robbie too.
Yes, Robbie.
So can you tell me about your guys' writing process? Because, like I said, everything, it sounds like a couple different styles within the project. So what is your guys' writing process? Does one person kind of take over the responsibilities for one song and everybody branches off of that, or, how does it go?
I think it kind of depends. I think it depends on the song and depends on the person.
Mhm.
Because I know that for the most part on the album, everybody wrote their verse. If you wrote the hook, you wrote the hook. But there are some songs where, like, I know on was it Traction or Talk to Me, Kenny, where we go back and forth. Talk to Me. Yeah, on Talk to Me, I actually just wrote that whole verse. And me and Kenny just went back and forth on it. And then Kenny made some tweaks to it too. and like made it his own verse, made it his own. But it depends on the song, it depends on the feeling.
Yeah,
So the beat actually has a lot to do with my writing process, at least. So like, if it really moves me, then I'm going at it. I'm writing as much as I can.
Right.
And then we'll throw some ideas for the hook. Like usually these two are in the hook. So we'll throw some ideas.
The singers.
Yeah.
And then usually for me, like, the beat means a lot, but for the project at least, I wasn't on any hooks.
Okay.
I needed to hear the hook first. The hook is the general area, and then I'll branch off of that. I'll bounce off of that. Sometimes I have to hear other people's verses too, just so I can make sure that we're all like
On the same page.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, hook, and then I can go ahead and get into it.
Okay. And that's another thing I was going to ask about. So do you guys go, just the first person starts out, and you guys start to go off of that, or is it more so you guys are just taking the beat, deconstructing it yourselves, and saying, I'm writing my verse here, 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 and then putting it all together?
Can you ask that again? My bad.
Yeah. No, you're good. So when you guys are starting up the song, do you take the beat and you say, okay, you listen to it and you're like, you know what, I got something for this. I'm gonna start
That's
this out.
actually what we did. We sat down in the studio, we played all the beats, and we were like, I think this person belongs on this song. And that's how we assigned
That's how we
people the
assigned
beats
people on songs.
for this project.
It got twisted a little bit, like somewhere through some people would hop on this, some people wouldn't, but like the
Okay.
most part is the same.
I would say like since we made all the beats,
Mhm.
like when we were making them, it's like when we were done or close to being done, I'm pretty sure all of us had an idea of who was gonna be on it
Right.
generally. But definitely when we came together and we showed each other like the ideas that we had and we started playing them back like you said. I know like we just start singing or something and then like, oh that's tight, and then we change lyrics or something. So that's really how it goes. We just hear the whole thing generally and then we just kind of go off of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can definitely hear it, listening to the project. You can hear when somebody ends their verse off here, the next person just kind of catches up right to it and just keeps the whole thing flowing. So tell me a little bit more about, with you guys working on a group project for, I'm assuming the first time, what was the process like cutting certain verses off a song? Because you guys had mentioned, this might not go particularly well with this beat or, this selection. So how did that go? What was the checks and balances?
I went into the studio, I would write some verses and I went into the studio. In my head it sounds like I wanted to, but then I get in the studio, record it, listen back, I'm like, oh, that's not it. So, I would just like be honest with myself. We would always say honesty is the best policy with us because we want to make the best album possible. So really we just be honest with each other, like, yo, this isn't it, or like, let's add this, take away this.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then for I think it was just BYB. I wrote 3 different verses and then I ran it by everybody. It was like, hey, which one do you think is the best? And I'll keep that one. The other ones I'll throw away because obviously if you guys think it's the best, then as a group we can decide that that's the one I want to pursue.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy part is you did that in one night.
Yeah, dude.
It was one night. I was like, dang, like that. I was like, took 15 minutes. That was like, you on the bed like. Alright, I'm done. I was like, that's crazy.
We're super like suggestions are like encouraged. And everyone says something like, yo, maybe you should like change this to this, like when they're recording the verse in the studio. It's like we all have input. Even our engineer is super helpful.
Oh, totally, dude.
So you should try this, and then if it doesn't sound good, then we change it.
But honestly, it's not even the lyrics. It's usually the delivery. That's like sweet because we'll hear them in the studio, or like they'll write it, then like perform it to us, and then we'll get in the studio and it sounds different. Like, hey, do this, or like hold this line out and do this, So it's usually just the delivery. That
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and I'm sure in a group setting, like you guys have to be able to put your egos aside. You have to be able to have some thick skin. If somebody gets up and tells you your verse is trash, you can't sit there and dwell on it and linger on it. You got to go through it. Take those suggestions. So, with you guys, this being your first group project that you dropped, what do we have coming on the horizon for you guys individually?
Individually, I think. Well, nah.
Yeah, I got a project called Love Sick coming out on October 11th.
Okay.
That I've had in the works for close to like before 0 Degrees has been a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So good couple months. I've been sitting on it for a while.
Yeah.
So, because I started the project and then 0 Degrees came about and I focused on that and then came back to the project, finished it. So I definitely have changed as an artist for sure, like a lot since making the project and now. So it's like a lot of this stuff that I listen back to, it's like I think I would do things differently, but like now I just want to put it out there because
absolutely.
a lot of the lyrics and stuff I wrote have like meaning to me for sure.
How was that Lovesick different from 0 Degrees project? How would you say that?
Because I feel like every song I have a topic that's personal to me that I went through, and 0 Degrees, most of the songs, I wrote like party songs. Love Lost though, that was like, we each picked something, we each picked something like made a focused topic about that, but Love Sick is definitely a super focused project about like good times, bad times, like personal things that happen in my life, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the fun thing about, a group project versus a solo project is that, like, with the group project, like you kind of talked about, you just want to throw your best stuff out there. It doesn't, I don't think the content or there doesn't necessarily need to be a storyline with the group project, more so as there does with the solo project. So with the group, you kind of just throw your best stuff out there, put it all on wax, and you guys are just having fun, and that's clear. But like you said, it's going to be a little bit more personal for the solo project.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, I feel like the way I'm, a bunch of us are working on our solo projects. I'm working on one right now too. I'm producing and writing a couple of the songs. And I like, for example, like how you talked about how like solo projects are more personal. I have a song that I already have finished up called 6 Days, and it's literally because I wrote it for 6 days straight.
Okay.
I went to bed at like 4 a.m. and then woke up at 8 a.m. and
Yeah,
started
yeah.
writing the song again for 6 days. And so it's just sort of it's sort of like that. On a solo project, you get to be more personal. On a group project, it's more of what the actual like vibe of the whole song.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it's I feel like inspired when something like happens in my life, and I'm just like, I'm gonna write a song about it. Like that's the way I express myself for sure, and like that's my therapy. So music like definitely helps me like overcome things or like just put things on paper and like express them through music. So it's like.
Kenny, don't you have something?
Yeah, alright, so this is like my first official announcement, because I've never said the title anywhere.
Alright.
Alright, so
Exclusive.
middle of November, not gonna give you guys a date yet. Middle of November, I'm dropping Gold. Alright. Because of my last name, Gold, Gold. It's 16 tracks. Just like Jonathan and Peyton said, I want to have some personal tracks. My first project that I dropped in March was called Freshman Campaign because I'm a freshman.
Okay.
That I was kind of like experimenting with versatility and trying a whole bunch of different things. Whereas in this project, I'm trying to get the college fan base. I'm doing more trap stuff while keeping me in it.
Right.
So like I have a song talking about my release party, if you guys remember that. I don't remember much of it. But I have a song, like, literally, if you listen to it and you were there or you heard anything about it, you'll know that's exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's going to be a lot of fun tracks on there. I'm excited for that project. Trying to incorporate everybody in it.
That's fire. So we got a feature from every member so far on that.
Except me.
Yeah, except for Monte.
We'll have something.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Pick something up.
Yeah, you guys, anybody else have any solo projects coming out?
I have one, but it's going to be pushed back till 2020 just because I'm going to take my time.
Okay.
We've exerted a bunch of energy. This one took a lot of like emotional and stress and like, I don't know, it was just a lot. So this one personally, I just want to like really perfect everything, or at least make each song reach its potential. So.
Right.
No, yeah, like, I mean, I know there's a quote that Bon-Iver was talking about his last album. He was talking about how he worked with Kanye a lot on it, and he said, the main thing that I take away from working with him is that if you let music simmer, in the long run, it's gonna come out better. So, like, I know what I've been doing, I'm sure Monte and Kenny have too, and I know Jonathan has, just the way he works. is that when I made this beat and I really liked it, but I just said I'm gonna put this on the back burner for like a week and a half, and I did. And I went back to it. I made some tweaks to it. I've been doing that now. I'm ready to keep on going from it.
Yeah.
Just to see like what I can come up with in the long run. You know?
Right.
That's how you know it's good. If it stands the test of time and you can listen back to it over and over again and it doesn't get old, like you know.
Yeah,
I know it's good.
That's actually how I decided a lot of the songs for my project, because I wrote a lot of it over the summer, because I was like, in the beginning of the summer, and I was like, okay, so I'll come back to these when I get back to Arizona. And some of them I was like, this is still good, and some of them are like, these are complete garbage. Going down the drain.
Throw it.
Yep. Another one.
Zach. Mr. Future.
Mr. Brook Boy. I do have some stuff coming out later. I'm not saying any dates, any months.
Smart.
I do.
Smart. Don't pull it out.
Yeah, right. Keep delaying it.
Keep pushing it back. I do have some stuff coming out. It's not gonna be a project. It's gonna be a lot of singles.
Okay.
I'm just working on just trying to perfect my sound as an artist.
Yeah, absolutely.
And still kind of experiment a little bit, kind of find my footing in the game. And then once I get a fan base that I know is gonna ride for me and listen to my stuff, then I'll probably make a project.
Yeah.
I have a longer project, but I do want to drop like maybe 3 or 4 songs here and there coming soon. So yeah.
And that's a good point. You know, I think it's safe to say that all of you guys are kind of in the same boat where you're trying to perfect your sound. You're getting it to where it needs to be, to where, you know, the masses are gonna love it, and you guys are gonna build a fan base. So, you know, with that in mind, like, how long have all of you guys individually?
Who's the longest? I think is Kenny. Yeah, he's been doing it not even.
Kenny got 5 albums out. For real.
Alright, so whatever. I started making music my senior year of high school. So
Okay.
Peyton cranking them out.
Well, okay, so I don't want to put it on me, like, but I started making music because I was stuck in the hospital because I had a transplant. So I was in the house for 3 months. So that's when I started making music. So yes, I did make a lot of music. It's all I had to do, and it helped me. It really did.
Yeah.
So what? Senior year of high school, second semester, March of senior year. So what? A year and a half?
Yeah.
That's a fire origin story. Reminds me a little bit of, actually, like, I was watching an interview with A Boogie with the Hoodie, and he had said that he wasn't doing music until he actually got put on house arrest for like, I think it was like 2 years straight, and he was literally just kicking out song after song after song after song, and obviously he is where he is right now. Yeah, so that's crazy. That's a cool way to get into it. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'm a little bit over a year.
Okay.
So, yeah, I started around the same time. They started like a little bit later than me. I started a little earlier. But I think it goes Kenny, me, Peyton maybe.
I mean, it depends on what you mean.
Yeah.
Right.
My first anything released that had my name on it ever was, well, other than Roof Gang, shout out Mac Newman. But that's a song about us getting super high on his roof. But so the first song that ever had like my name on it officially that I like said like this is actually like my song was Disrespect. It was with all you guys. But I've been writing songs since I was like 13 years old.
Right.
But I started trying to produce my junior or sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
I bought Logic and I just started tweaking with it. It sucked. I still kind of suck. But I'm still trying to work it out with it every day. But yeah, it's just the way it is.
The way we started music was I made my senior year of high school, like towards the end, I made a song with my little brother, just like messing around. Like I had like a Guitar Hero mic and I like plugged it into my computer and I like re-recorded his vocals in my closet and stuff. We were just messing around with like GarageBand and stuff. So we recorded that and I was like, that was funny. And then I came to ASU and went to the Sheraton because they were running out of space in Taylor Place. So they put us in the Sheraton. We got random roommates because like we had a roommates assigned, but it was like random because like the Sheraton was like a last second thing that they had to put together.
Yeah.
So I met him like out of like nowhere, like we weren't supposed to be roommates, but like we met each other in the Sheraton. And we're like, oh dang, we got to know each other. And then I told him, like, yeah, I make like a little bit of music, you know. He's like, dang, for real? And I showed him the song I made with my brother. He's like, yo, this is fire. And he's like, yeah, I make like a little bit of music too. And he showed me like some of the stuff he was messing around with on his phone. Like he didn't even like, I recorded on my laptop. He was like on his phone making beats and stuff. I was like, damn, like, you're good.
Any means possible.
Yeah, for real. And then like we were like, yo, we should start making like music together. Like this would be fun. Like we're having fun making music and all that. We like incorporate our friends into it too. And then yeah, that's pretty much. It's kind of the same time.
I know. But my parents, my lineage have been music, so it's kind of in my blood a little bit. But I never had a chance to work on it because growing up I wanted to play football.
Okay.
So let's be football, then track, starting in December or November, whenever. So I did that since I was 6 till I graduated high school.
Right.
But yeah, it was kind of crazy. The roommate situation, I was like, I'm being the Sheraton. Then I pull up, like, okay, it's real nice. It's real nice. So I'm here. But yeah, you know, so I get up to the 20th floor after all the traffic downstairs, and I walk into the room because him and his family were already in there.
Okay. And
I walk in expecting someone else, and I walk in, I'm like, oh, the person that comes to my head is, oh, they're black. My sister's right here. I was like, oh, okay, that's lit. And then we get to talking like he said, and then he showed me his song. Terrible quality. But the concept, the melody, fire. Especially for like him not doing this.
just messing
prior
around.
to this.
Right.
I've never heard that before, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, I knew he had something, and I knew that he could make me better. Because I knew I wasn't that good as a vocalist. So I was excited to get started, and we started messing around. Now we're here with these guys.
May see you
And Dennis.
soon. Shout out.
That's awesome.
Shout out Dennis too.
That's awesome though. That's just how things kind of fall together sometimes, and obviously that was meant to be because you guys are sitting here right now.
We're about to open for Lil P. That's crazy.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk about that a little bit. You know, what is that show? How did you guys get into that?
So Jonathan,
I just one day decided to go around and look, like, you know, like we should get our names out there. And I started, you know, going through Instagram, like over the internet, like shows in Arizona that are happening. And like, it was just an Instagram ad, like, so they're looking for openers in Arizona. So I hit him up, and he was like, yeah, for sure, like, you guys have black people in your group, so like, y'all could be getting people like, to come.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they gave us a lot more tickets than everyone else. And we're gonna pop out there, baby.
So what is that show?
It's October 11th.
October 11th.
Next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same day my album comes out, it's lit.
It's lit.
So are you doing a song off the album then?
No,
Or are you doing yourself? I said
I want to hear
the album.
Yeah, but for real.
I want to hear the album, man. I'm dead.
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Same
That's the way Amontá is too.
Yeah,
Amontá had me, Zach, and Jonathan on background noise on a track, man. And he wanted to show us. We were like, can we at least hear it? No.
9 o'clock on Thursday, bro.
Yeah,
That's fine. And I'm assuming everybody can get tickets from you if they want to get
Oh
tickets
yeah,
to the show.
absolutely. $10, low price. We couldn't even half for y'all, so y'all can come and hit us up. Hit up the 0 Degrees account on Instagram.
Spell it out. Spell it out. Spell it out.
0 Degrees, ZER 0 as in the number degrees, DGREES. Not spelled normally.
No space.
No space.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make sure we get that link in the bio.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But tell us a little bit more about the upcoming shows you guys have. I know you guys were talking about that a little bit too.
Yeah. So we're gonna perform a lot of our group songs because the project just dropped, and people want to see those songs live. It'll be the first time for us performing those together.
Okay.
So I mean, Disrespect's been out for a while. Problem's been out for a while. Handle Goes Crazy, those have been out. That's my favorite. But we're gonna perform probably a couple of bangers, some stuff that are just straight off the project. So.
Yeah, we only get 10 minutes, unfortunately, but we'll take it.
That's
This is-
10 minutes.
yeah, we'll make the most of it.
We're gonna make them remember who we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stage dive. I actually stayed. I actually stayed
I'm dead
Take off
serious.
his shirt
I was
and
going.
say
I've been going nuts at the shows, man. I'm like,
Bro,
dude,
Arizona Hip-Hop
Arizona Hip-Hop
Festival.
I'm dead serious.
There's an estimate, or so for this other show we have coming up, the Arizona Hip-Hop Festival, which is
Right.
16th and 17th, excuse me. They're estimating it's supposed to be like 20,000 people.
Yeah.
And since we have a prime time spot, it's probably going to be close to 20,000 people. Now, we should have
That's probably good.
The point is, if there's a good amount of people who are watching us,
Right.
you can probably do it.
You can probably do it.
Probably get away with this, my boy Payne.
You gotta give him something.
We made it remember at the other show too. We came out, oh man, at the contest too that we just did. Oh my god. So we come out, everybody's performing and stuff, everybody's just sort of vibing and whatnot. They're like, yeah, they're tight. And then we come out, we just went absolutely nuts, get this entire thing going. And then right before we were walked off, it's like dead silent. I just got on the mic and said, 0 motherfucking degrees, bitch. It's dope. It was dope.
That's fire.
Yeah.
So, you guys, tell me a little bit. I know you guys have mentioned that a couple of you guys are from out of state. So, how does the local music out in the respective states that you're from, how is that influencing your sound right now?
You want to go first?
You got that.
You want to go first? No.
You got it.
Alright, so I grew up in Michigan,
Okay.
and like, I'm from the suburbs. I'm not going to lie and act like I'm from Detroit.
Right.
I'm from like 30 minutes outside of Detroit. There's a lot of city music there, and I feel like all the city music actually pushes me to do something different and go ahead and make
For sure.
Detroit music. Because it's something they're not used to hearing, and like, hey, I'll make rap that I feel like is suburban rap, because that doesn't have a name for itself. No one wants to hear suburban struggles, but there's something that more people can relate to. If you ask me, like,
That's true.
paying tuition, come on,
Yeah.
this is the worst thing ever. But no, I didn't have friends get shot on the block. No, I wasn't homeless, but I know people that were, because I am still from that area.
Yeah.
I can still talk about the struggle and people that are going through it without making myself seem like this person I'm not. So that's probably the best way that Michigan has influenced my music, is just give me a platform to go away from.
Okay.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No, so, I mean, I'm from Kansas City, so there's some guys that came up in that area. There's guys, obviously Tech-9, the legend.
Okay.
But other than that, I never really had like a huge influence on Tech-9's music. Like, I love some of his albums, I love Fragile, all that stuff. But like the way that I've been making my solo project is just completely different style.
Yeah.
There is one guy though, he's from Wichita, Kansas, which is like 5 hours away from my house. His name's XB. And growing up, he was on NBA 2K10. He had a song called Awesome with Pusha T.
XB.
And then XB, do you know who XB is?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, dude, exactly. And so he then just sort of dropped off the map once he had a kid, and he came back. No, I mean, it's the truth though. Yeah, he had a kid, and he had to put his life on hold. He had to put his life on hold. Though, but he just dropped an album a couple months ago called "The Dude with the Strap Back Dad Hat," which is like his comeback. And so I've been trying to make a lot of music. I've always had, because that's like the style that I like. It's like that melodic sort of flow that he had with a lot of stuff. So I've been DMing him, and I'm trying to get him on the project.
I was gonna say it'd be so fire.
I would
You know,
love
XB
to.
shit.
That was literally the best thing I like.
Because he was like, it was crazy. He was coming up like at the same time as Wiz, J. Cole, Sean.
He has Kendrick on a song. He has
Right.
J. Cole producing. He's got Push. He's worked with way too many people.
Yeah, and then it's crazy, like you said, he just kind of just dropped off a little bit after
He
he
just
had
had to do
a
what
kid.
he had to do, man.
Yeah, bro.
So like that's probably the base influence from my area. Yeah.
Well, for me, as far as I'm from Rogers, Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas. That's not really a place that any artist is like really blown up from. So I'm looking. They probably couldn't show you on the map. Yeah. So I was like, to me, I saw that as like an opportunity to really be that person. Like,
Exactly.
to really start something. If anything, I at least want to try. You know, the worst thing I could do is like fail. You know.
No, absolutely.
So at least I tried. But yeah, we're doing, a lot more people are doing music now, just with the SoundCloud age, you know, everybody's more able, everybody's like, able to make music on the spot. Like right now, we can make a song, post it tonight if we wanted to.
Yeah.
So it's like, right now I'm just trying to like break that little barrier I have just coming from a small town.
Yeah,
I guess. It's 50,000 people, which is not that small, but it's still not well known.
It's not
Phoenix, LA, New York. So, yeah, I'm looking to where I come from.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's been a challenge out here as well. You know, for people to break through in this scene. And we know there's tons of talented people out here. I actually had a chance to meet Zach at Rose Otadi's single release show. Shout out Rose Otadi.
Shout out Rosa, my boy.
Yep, that's Big Head out now.
Big Head.
Big Head.
But like I said, you know, it's been a challenge for a lot of the talented people to really get out of Arizona. There are a few influences out here as well. But, you know, for those guys from Arizona, can you know, just kind of same question, is there any influence that you guys have out here as well?
Influences like
On us or on some of those?
Just from anybody else.
Gaming? Okay.
Yeah.
For me personally, this whole summer I stayed in Phoenix instead of going back to Arkansas.
Okay.
And it was really just to build like connections and just build the local fan base here.
Yeah.
So I was going to open mics. I was going to like release parties too, or just parties in general, and just like getting a feel for who's the artists around here, and like just gaining that knowledge. So Jalabi Bungus, he's the first person that really big person around here that really helped influence me.
Yeah.
He helped me get a spot at the Power to the People Fest.
Okay.
He referred me to his manager. I talked to his manager. We worked some things out, and I was able to perform at that with. Who was the biggest person on that?
It was technically Almighty Suspect, and Banks was there too.
Okay.
Almighty Suspect was like
But yeah, it was the top.
So yeah, that was fun.
That's fire. I'm sure that was a great experience.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly, I haven't met too many artists out here outside of them.
Mhm.
Only guys who I've met, or I have met a few, but or at least when I went to like his shows, like I've seen people on stage, but I don't really talk to them afterwards because they went, you know, with their group or whatever.
Right.
Which is fine. But from the people that I've met, I would say Rozo is definitely a huge inspiration. And Sai, is that his name?
Saya.
Saya?
Yeah.
Saya, that's his name, yeah. I met him at Rozo's release party, but Jonathan told me about him. Was he at your?
He was at
show?
he was at the Power of the People Festival.
Okay, yeah.
And he followed me before that, so I kind of knew of him, but like we never talked really. And I think on one of his Instagram stories, he was like asking people who wanted to hear some of his new like unreleased stuff. I was like, yeah, let me listen to that. And he sent me some of like the stuff that he was working on. And that man is so good. He is so good.
Fire.
Yeah,
Shout out Saya.
Yeah, for real. Like, if anyone for me too, it's like him. Like he is so fire. Like he got a Lyrical Lemonade post on Twitter.
Yeah.
So he's really out here. Like it's surprising to me that like everyone else hasn't picked up. Like he's good.
Yeah,
No,
he had like 100,000 streams on his first day of his album being out. So,
Right.
like,
First, yeah.
Which is crazy.
That's
the
visuals too. Like I know he dropped like a video yesterday, like earlier today.
Yeah, exactly.
On the ground. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube too. But I watched it. I'm like, bro, this is.
Yeah,
The production, like even from like the song, of course, but like visuals brings the song to life immediately.
Oh, absolutely.
And they killed all. Like everything was hitting on all cylinders. So.
I think you can say like in general though, it's like if you don't make like party music and club bangers, like the come up is a lot slower.
It is.
For R&B and like like the type of music he makes, like the emo rap type of music.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the come up is slow for that, so it's like he's on his grind, like doing his thing. It's like I know he's gonna get it someday.
Yeah. And I think he and you guys as well are just a good example of like the variety that there is in Arizona and in the creative scene out here. Because, you know, there's bigger cities out there like Atlanta, Houston, New York, LA. Like there's a sound, you know.
Houston?
Yeah. But out here, it's so, there's such a variety, and like everybody is kind of just in their own pocket doing their own thing. Like I really don't, I don't very often hear like two people with a very similar sound here in Arizona.
True.
So that's something really cool with, you know, with the creative scene out here. But just kind of, you know, going on from that, I know you guys had mentioned as well the producers that you work with. Can you talk about them a little bit and how you guys came across them?
Ghost B and Rio.
B, where you at?
Go ahead.
You remember the one that
Ghost B.
We have Rio's first.
Rios, yeah.
Yeah.
I was sleeping on Rios. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, all right, he makes beats. It's like every
Hey,
artist.
no, we have. You're not even lying. Like, I love Rios, but I was sleeping too.
Yeah.
When he first told me, because what? We met him at Survivor,
Yeah.
and like he said that he made beats, and that was around the same time that I met Amontá, and I was like, okay, you make beats, but like,
Do you make
What do you
Yeah,
do?
you make beats.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
alright, but yeah, so like, and he says he made beats, and then a lot of time went by where like he was doing his own thing, and we were all doing our own things because we hadn't joined forces yet. I know Amontá was still making his own music. I hadn't met any of these three yet. And then next thing I heard from Rios was when 0 Degrees finally sat down, and he had made a beat for OG Show Off.
Okay.
Shouts out to him too. And like I heard it, and I was like, this is
It's good work.
Yeah.
Like, I like this.
all right. Well, let's see what he can do. And then
He produced every song
Yeah.
besides Love Lost
Yeah.
on this project.
Yeah.
And then the next person was Ghost, unless you had extra stuff. Ghost B, Vanderson. So I met Mark at church. She was making a beat. I was like, yo, this is right when we make the group. So I was like, yo, you want to slide through? But he was. He came through one time, and then he was like, "Is it okay?" Mark was like, "Is it cool if I bring my friend Vanderson?" I was like, I don't want the group to be too big. And then I asked in the group chat, I'm like, do you think he should bring another friend? And then Peyton was like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then I was like, is he good at making beats? And Mark was like, he's getting there. And then when he pulls up and shows us his beats, I was like, are you playing these beats off of YouTube? I was like, is this really you? And he helped us make music outside of the project, but he's a big part of the group.
Yeah, totally, dude. No, Vanderson's fantastic. Rios is fantastic.
Yeah.
Mark's good too.
Yeah.
I'm not connected with Anderson because he's not from the U.S. He's from Africa. So my parents are from Africa too. So it's like we had a long conversation about like things back home that are like different than here.
Yeah.
And it's like, dang, like he knows like a lot. Like, he's really like out there, you know, living the life. It's like I don't really relate to many people about that, and that's what we have. So it's like, yeah.
And that's interesting, bro. So can you share a little bit about that? Did you live in Africa for quite a while?
No, my parents are both from Nigeria, so they came from Africa for a long time. I was born here, Arizona, all my life. But Vanderson, he was born like in Africa. So
We need to get a 0
He has
Degree
the
show.
accent.
0 Degree show out in Nigeria.
That'd be crazy.
Ghost B's accent is.
Sean Kingston.
We call him Sean Kingston because he looks just like.
Yeah,
that's
that's in the flesh.
To be honest, bro. Side note, not really side note. I'm really feel, I can speak for them too. Like I know we're really blessed to have them in our circle.
Yeah.
Because like as far as I'm concerned, I don't think a lot of people have that. You know, especially like after like just our first year in music.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to find somebody that's gonna mesh with your sound and help you develop what you looking for.
Exactly, yeah.
And I know us so well.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And also, they've grown a lot since we met them too. Like I know Rio's, like he was making like a lot of West Coast type beats. And now like he was making like R&B stuff like Jonathan. They were really good. Vanderson's still doing his own thing, but he's progressed as well. So it's just amazing to see him with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's super dope. That goes back to like you guys working as a group and just accelerating each other's development. You know, the iron sharpening iron. Super dope though.
Yeah.
But so what can we expect next out of you guys? You know, do we have any plans for a 0 Degrees 2? Anything coming out after that?
Well, this took a lot out of us, school-wise, and we got it out the way. We know what works, we know what doesn't. So now we're just gonna like enjoy this, really push this project, and just like enjoy it while it's here. And then when the time is right, we'll link up again.
Yeah,
we'll know when it's
I think you put it really well when you said you gotta go away, like do your own thing to come back together. Because like the next project that we have is gonna be more epic once we all like pop off in like our own way, like doing our own thing. So it's like we go out and then we come back together. But the brand 0 Degrees is always gonna have something going for it, and we're always like open to like doing stuff with other artists in Arizona, and that's like what I feel makes us different than everyone else. It's because like
everyone wants to be so
trying to do their own thing,
Yeah.
and like it's like a fight to make it out of Arizona by themselves, and it's like if you have a team versus like I think Kenny said like forming a team versus joining a team is like something better than like like it's the best way to go about things. So it's like we're building our team, our brand to something big, something that no one's ever seen in Arizona. So we got big plans for sure.
Also, we have a solid 8 songs. Like this is gonna age. Jonathan said this is gonna age really well. So like, I believe it, and like who knows? Like one of those songs might end up like trending.
Yeah, you never know.
Like months after it's out.
I
So,
literally never know.
so we don't need to rush into anything. We might have some stuff in the plans in the works. But other than that, we're just gonna take it day by day.
For sure. Working on our own stuff, working on our own sounds.
It's
improving.
It's just all about staying consistent with it also.
Yeah.
Just as long as we can keep making music.
Yeah.
There's always about that too. Fantastic.
Might go on tour next year though.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Crossing our fingers, man. We're crossing our fingers.
Zero merch on the way.
Not a guarantee. That's a guarantee.
Merch on the way.
Okay. So 0 Degrees merch, possible tour coming out in the future.
Hopefully.
Awesome. That's awesome, guys. Well, anything else you guys want to say in closing? Please feel free.
I just want to say, like, not to get sentimental or anything, but like, I'm proud of everybody just because there's a lot of struggle. Each person has their own struggle that they're going through. Each person has their own story. So every single one of us could have like quit, left the group, could have done this, could have done that, and we kind of we got through it. So like, I'm proud. Now we can look back and be like, dang, we can do it again, but better. Like,
yeah, bro.
I'm just excited for what the future holds.
I'm really excited for it all. The music will speak for itself. I mean, it's just it's all gonna be uphill from here. For real though, for real.
I feel like again, like we're doing something different than a lot of people out here, and it's like we performed at an open mic for the Arizona Hip-Hop Festival, and when we submitted our music, one of the A&Rs was like, yeah, like it was refreshing hearing your guys' stuff because like it doesn't sound like any. Like most people like do a similar style of trap rap.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, and it's like we make music not for the general population, but it's like relatable and like not really cap on like a lot of levels.
We got our own sound, man.
Yeah, so it's like I think we're gonna go places for sure.
Yeah,
we got.
That's true. I would say like I love these men, not just these men, but like everybody who's been working with us. Rios, Rosie, Dennis, my boy Dennis, Sean, people have been writing.
Sean the hype man.
Even Sean, Caitlin, Ashley, they know what Ashley, Ella, all of them, bro. But just like those people who've been with us through it all, like through like the worst times, like when nobody knew who we were.
Right.
Like they helped. I know all of us grow. I know me especially. They've helped me grow as an artist tremendously because I never thought I would be in this position today. To be completely honest with you, like I'm so much further ahead of where I thought I would be right now compared to where I was last year. Like you listen to my old stuff, people like, this is him. You know what I mean? Like yeah, that's me. But they've helped me grow like lyrically, even like extending my range, all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Learning the business side of music. So I'm really blessed to have them in my life. And I hope we can do something again. I know we will. But yeah, I'm really, really excited for the future.
Absolutely.
Okay, you got anything?
I just want to say that I'm super thankful that I met you guys because realistically, before I met you guys, like I was making music, but I only had so much drive. And you guys have definitely pushed me to become the artist I am today. And this is still just the beginning. It's only going to get better. And I want to stick around with you guys. Like, this is a family. That's what 0 Degrees is to me. And shout out 935, everybody. Like you were saying, everybody was back when you just started. Adam, Tanner, Caitlin, Maya, everybody else. Everybody's gonna be mad I didn't mention that.
I mean, dude, just even back at what Kenny said, like in high school and stuff, man. Like I would sit down at my desk for like 4 hours trying to write stuff. And I would do it, and I would write something. I would look back on it, some of it's not that bad, but I would just be like, this sucks. It wasn't as good as Drake or J. Cole or Kanye or something like that. I was comparing myself to literal legends.
Right.
And so then, I mean, coming here, and I met Amontá beginning of the year, and Amontá, that he dropped his Give It Time EP, and it sort of made me sit there, and I was like, damn, this is actually pretty solid. I think I can do something like that. It was inspiring. Like, you got, like, literally, like, there's a quote that's like, if your circle doesn't inspire you, it's a square. And every single person that we worked with inspires me, man. So it's like, if I could say anything to anybody, it's just, I know it's nothing right now because I'm nothing at all. But it's like, make music for yourself. Don't give a fuck about what anybody else says, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. One, it just takes one day.
Your reps will support you for sure.
Write that down.
Yeah, right. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you all. You know,
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
For real.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Siren Hip-Hop Podcast. Make sure to go stream the 0 Degrees project on all streaming platforms. We'll have the links in the bio. Again, thank you guys.
Help me out, Rios. Talk to me, girl, won't you hit my line? Need a girl like you, so give me all your time. Don't go mess around with all these other guys. Talk to me, girl, talk to me. Talk to me, girl, won't you hit my line? Need a girl like you, so give me all your time. Don't go mess around with all these other guys. Talk to me, girl, talk to me. No gas, you the best, you can't hide from the truth. See you drip with finesse, take a sip of your juice. Slide to the west, you can't hide from the truth. Put the foreign on cruise, girl, I know you want my loot, yeah. Young man in the game, I got the key.